In this video, I'm looking at the Horus Heresy Age of Darkness box set. Hello AOS fans, Robin here. Yeah, a little unboxing for you. When I say a little unboxing, it's a great big unboxing. This might be the biggest, heaviest box Games Workshop have ever sent us. And I have to say, thank you very much to Games Workshop. This was completely unexpected and out of the blue. Because obviously Pete and I, we tend to do Warhammer Underworlds and we do a little bit of Lord of the Rings, so totally wasn't expecting this, because this is a premium brand new box and it's amazing. So thank you again to Games Workshop. So they did send me this for free in order to make this content. And I thought I'd do an unboxing. I wanted to unpack it and look through it before I did this unboxing, as you'll see in a second. I couldn't do that because it's so tightly packed. If I'd done that, I'm not sure I'd ever got it back in for an unboxing to do it. I have taken the cellophane off. But we'll have a little deep dive in the box in a minute. So Horus Heresy, I don't know that much about it, but I have quite a soft spot for it, bizarrely, because all down to our good friend Pete, who's not here, who's not with us today. We thought I might as well do a solo unboxing because, you know, yeah, I think they work better with just one person. Oh, that was probably Pete. So yeah, so Horus Heresy. I've never played a game of Horus Heresy. I don't own any Horus Heresy miniatures. I've never read a Horus Heresy book, but Pete and I, we used to have quite long journeys up to our role-playing group sessions up in the Midlands sometimes, and so we'd have like 3-hour car journeys each way. And I'd say, oh, I saw this in White Dwarf. I think it might be Magnus the Red or something. I don't know anything about it. So thus began my education of the Horus Heresy. So I would ask Pete inane questions, and he would answer them about the Horus Heresy. And I have to say, I find the setting really quite interesting. I love some of the Forged World models. I know they're resin, but some of the Forged World Primarch models are amazing. And the aesthetic of it really appeals to me. And I love how GW have kind of captured a retro feel, yet it's something new, if that makes sense. I like the fact in some ways that it is Marine on Marine. It's kind of that whole treachery, the kind of two orders going on. I've always had a bit of a soft spot, even since the early Wolfrup days, for the Chaos Pantheon. I don't always think they work, but somehow in this sort of corruption of the pure Space Marine, it somehow works. And obviously you've got the fact that the Space Marines are kind of a bunch of fascists anyway. So I think the whole thing, I think it works really well. It's a really nice aesthetic, and obviously clearly it's a labour of love for a lot of the GW design team over many years. So let's have a little look at what's in the box. So as I said, it's a huge box. I mean, it is. I haven't weighed it. I probably should weigh it. I haven't weighed it, but there's a lot of bang for your buck. Although it is a lot of bucks. So GW said under £200, so I'm guessing it's going to be $195 retail. But obviously, these pieces that do percentages off, 20% off of big boxes, more money off. So, but you're still looking at, you know, shelling out a goodly amount of money for this game. What do you get inside? You get a Age of Darkness rulebook, 336 pages of rulebook, so that's pretty impressive. 2 rules reference sheets, 20 six-sided dice and 1 scatter dice. Some templates, measuring sticks, and a transfer sheet, and you get 54 Citadel miniatures, which doesn't actually seem like very many for a box this size, but I guess it is quite a lot. 54 Citadel miniatures, 2 Legion Praetors, 40 Tactical Marines in Mark IV power armour, 10 Cataphracti Terminators, 1 Contemptor Dreadnought, and 1 Spartan Assault Tank. Now obviously all of this has already been all spoiled on the Warhammer community pages, but we'll have a little look and see what we think as well. So yes, ooh, there we go. So nice box, and on the top we've got some old-fashioned, oh, he says smacking yourself in the face, some old-fashioned templates and rulers. Haven't seen these for a long time. It's pretended to be the flippy bendy ones. I guess these are slightly longer. Might be why they're better. Of course, this uses an older rule set. For those who don't know, this doesn't use the current Warhammer 40,000 rule set, which I think is up to 9th edition. This uses an early rule set. I probably ought to know what it is, but I don't. I haven't ever really played 40k. A few games with Pete, 8th and 9th edition, and a couple of 2nd edition games a long time, but nothing in the middle. And this falls, I think, 5, 6, something like that. So the reason I didn't open it up and get this all out and have a look is because I knew I'd never get this back in. Now I don't know if I can show you without tipping it all out, but there you go. Look at that, absolutely stuffed to the top with plastic. and they come in an awful lot of pieces, these. So there you go, there is a sprue, and a slightly smaller sprue, but I'll try and do some overhead shots, but a slightly smaller sprue. So many pieces on these sprues. That's kind of like some heads and backpacks. Looks like maybe a character model. Can't be a character model because I've got loads of them. So there's just loads and loads and loads of sprues. Terminators. Some big guns. It's supposed to be part of the tank. More bits of the tank. More bits of the tank. I mean, this is a frighteningly large amount of things to assemble. That must be the Dreadnought. So this is the bit that I was really interested in, the Mark IV Marines. Here we go, there they are. And so you've got, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bodies on each sprue. They're kind of fronts and backs split together, and there's all the arms and shoulder pads and everything else. Sort of shoulder pads without edges, which is quite nice. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. There's 8 of those. So a lot of plastic. I mean, there's just so much plastic in here. So it doesn't sound like a lot of miniatures 56, but it's just so much plastic, probably because you've got yet more tanky bits. I've got a feeling one of the tanky bits in there I called, one of the Dreadnought bits I called a tanky bit. And then we've got a whole bits of paper to stop there. You can see where it's bent and pitted, so just to protect what's underneath. And on the back they've got some pictures. I think these are pictures of some of the things you get in here, but also things you can add, like the extra vehicles and what have you. So I'm not 100% sure what's available coming out for the game. And then this, which you could do somebody a serious injury with, I'll open that in a second. You've got the instructions. I mean, these, for those of you who don't like, I'll do a close-up photo. For those of you who don't like assembly, they come in an inordinately large amount of bits. I don't like assembly. I don't like assembly, and this actually fills me with dread looking at it. There you go. I'm a hobby weakling, snotling if you like, but they have a staggeringly horrendous amount of bits. So I think possibly for me, it might be best left alone. Please, can you build the models, please? Underneath we've got the dice. I'm sure none of you need any more dice, but you have got dice there should you need them. And there's a set of transfers for. There you go. The light's a bit lighty in here today. There you go. So what have we got on there? We've got Legion of Start Age of Darkness transfer sheet. That's very informative, Robin. So we've got the I need my glasses on. Mark IV Space Marine shoulder pads. Mark IV Space Marine knee pads and greaves. So it actually tells you which bits they go on, which is quite nice. Mark IV Space Marine shoulder pads. So the remainder of what's in the box is just loads of slotted bases or bases for sticking your models on. I've opened this now. You get a little advert for all the Horus Heresy Primarch books, and on the back you've got your classic wound charts, which you can't see very well because of the way the lights work. Ooh, these are the reference sheets. They're not part of the book. Ha ha! So you've got the reference sheet there. So on the back it has the classic old-styley Warhammer weapon skill against defenders weapon skill tables, and the strength against toughness tables, which I don't know like they've changed very much since back in the day when I used to play these types of games. And then you've got the turn summary, so start of an active player's turn, movement phase, shooting phase, assault phase, and various other things, weapon vehicle, weapon types, core reactions, advance, withdraw, reaction to the shooting phase, return, fire, evade, vehicle damage table, so then the hit charts on the back. And you've got this, well, there's 2 of those, and you've got this mighty rule book, which I'll just start reading. Of all the conflicts that have beset this imperium of mankind, It is the rebellion of the War Master Horus, the Horus Heresy, which left the greatest scars on it upon its fabric. I won't carry on. Yeah, so this is, I mean, like all GW rulebooks, it is a thing of absolute beauty. I'll have a quick look at the contents page. So you've got the Age of the Emperor, the Imperium of Mankind, the Legion of Astartes, and that's quite a long. So that's like 28 to 112. So that's quite a lot of it. So I think they're the different legions available in the game. Yeah, Imperial Fists, Lemon Russer, the Space Wolves, the White Scars, and I mean, yeah, the artwork in the book is amazing. I need to studio. I should have put the blinds down. There we go. So there is the some of the artwork in the book. The World Bearers. The Alpha Legion, so there is a chapter based on the Alpha Legion of all the mighty forces the Imperium commanded during the Great Crusade. There were none so wound about with falsehood, supposition and paradox as the 20th Legion. Any study of the 20th Legion is fraught with difficulty, contradiction and deliberate misdirection, and uncovering the truth when applied to such a study is a vain hope. This is the case even with a record such as this, compiled with the highest authorities and extensive reach possible. Perhaps some measure of the truth may be found in the lies of this secret history of the Alpha Legion. And so we've got, I mean, Alpha Legion always appealed to me. Don't know much about it really, but it always appealed just because it's so secret and cheeky. The Primarch Alfarius Omegon. And then we've got the Talons of the Emperor, the Sisters of Silence, the Legio Custodes. I mean, it's just, I mean, you would expect it. The artwork is amazing. And then we've got the Solar Auxilia. And it just goes on and on. Like that. The Titans. I mean, this game, I mean, I have to say, this game is, I think, on one level, it's amazing and incredible. On another level, it's terrifying. It's a real gamer's game, and you can kind of tell that from this book, how in depth it is, the sort of complexity of the rules, the depth of the lore and the history. It's a real gamer's game. It's not a casual pick up and play game. Just the sheer volume of miniatures and the complexity of how to put them together would just suggest that this is for proper, proper Warhammer aficionados, people are really into it. So, I mean, it's an amazing set. At the back here, there's a load of kind of battlefield designs, ruined cityscape, spaceport. Spaceport's pretty cool. And as you know, again, it's amazing photographs. The Hive war zone, and then just, I mean, you just be sitting here looking at it for a long time. Unit types: infantry, automata, cavalry, dreadnoughts, demons, primarchs. Subtypes: anti-grav subtype, monstrous subtype, artillery subtype. Characters. Challenges. Forgot about challenges for characters. Psychic powers, and then a whole lot of thing on weapons. It just, I mean, it's a thing of beauty. That's all I'm going to say, really. It's a thing of beauty, and I've been so kind of privileged to be sent this. So thank you for GW for sending us this. Yeah, the rulebook is an amazing thing. I mean, it really is. It's hefty, it's beautiful. It's got a lovely ribbon to mark your pages. The models are incredible, but as I've said, it is a real gamer's game. I'm not sure I would recommend anybody start their Warhammer journey with this game, and I'm not sure many people will. I think you'll either be going in for 40k or AOS, and then maybe when you graduate to things, you might try this. I think it's a little curious decision to stick with the rules. I suppose the level of work required to convert it all would be immense, and possibly would alienate a huge popular fan base who love the 30k kind of world, and the fact that the rules are a bit more crunchy and kind of a bit more long-standing. And I suppose this, I believe, I've not played it, but I believe there's a bit more balance here because the two sides are essentially the same thing, just slightly different flavours of Space Marine, like a vanilla one or a strawberry one. That's the Blood Angels. Blood Angels are strawberry flavoured. So there you go. So that is that is it. That is the box. I say, yeah, in some ways you don't get a lot in it. I mean, you get a massive rule book. you get, I mean, I must say you don't get a lot, there's not much variety. There's shed loads of plastic and a massive bloody rule book, and then a few bits of added paraphernalia to go around that. It's an amazing box, and I think you probably know if you have the money and you want to play 30k, you know you're going to buy this. But I mean, there's nothing to suggest that you shouldn't, unless you don't like gluing things together, in which case you might not be tempted, like me. So there you go. That's it. That is the Horus Heresy box. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you soon on the Ages of Sigmar.